Howdy, I'm Colin.
Howdy, I'm David.
I'm Anthony.
I'm Diana.
I'm Vincent.
Queen's actually not my favorite.
Howdy, my name is Devin Crane, and this is my ceremonial speech introducing Harry Potter. So I'm going to start off with a little joke. Why did Harry Potter get sent to the office?
Why?
Because he was cursing in class. Now that that's over with, it is my honor to introduce someone who has taught us all so much about good moral character, Harry Potter. He has captured the hearts of many through his many adventures and kindness and bravery. As a person who has read this story multiple times, I know that he will be a great speaker because he'll bring encouragement to all who listen to him. As the main character of a story that has defined our generation, he is someone who has affected the numerous lives of young adults around the country and even around the world. He is known for his outstanding bravery, but we can learn so much more from him, such as self-sacrifice and the importance of love. Firstly, self-sacrifice is common in this series. You see it in a lot of the characters, such as Ron in the first movie, which is the Sorcerer's Stone, and this is when he gives himself up to play wizard's chess so that Harry can move on and defeat whatever evil is plaguing the castle. He tells Harry that he is the one that needs to move on and he needs to go on to save the people who are being harmed. This is one of the major examples of this. Neville Longbottom is another supporting character that shows this. He shows the bravery to stand up to his friends and his peers, which takes a lot of self-sacrifice to do, and I think we all know that. But we see most of this self-sacrifice in Harry Potter's character. The first example of this is also in the first book, which is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and that is when he decides to leave the comfort of his friends and to go and fight this evil by himself. It is a very self-sacrificing thing to do because he wants to protect those that he loves from whatever harm is coming to them. Ron tells Harry when they're down there about to fight them, he says, "It is you that needs to go on, not me, not Hermione, you." And I think this kind of sets Harry apart in he is reiterated as this special person, and it's obvious throughout the series. Another version of this is in Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, which is the last book, and this is when Harry willingly gives himself up to death, which is to Voldemort. He allows himself to be harmed and killed so that others can be saved, other people that he loves. And I think this is the ultimate form of self-sacrifice, to willingly go to something that you know will harm you for the sake of others. This is only two of the many different examples of self-sacrifice that Harry shows in this series, but I think it shows us a lot of what the definition of a true hero is. Secondly, we learn the importance of love from Harry, even though sometimes he doesn't really know it himself. Bernard Tamley says, "The foundation of society is love. It permeates unconsciously into the thoughts, hopes, and aspirations of mankind." Harry's mother's love for him is one of the first examples of this all-consuming love that is in this story. She gives up her own life to save her sons, and this love is kind of transcended onto Harry, and it gives him the strength he needs to go on and defeat whoever he has to defeat throughout this whole story. It is so important that she had done this for him because it sets him apart for that, and it kind of is left on him even a physical mark as the scar. Another example of this is in the antagonist Voldemort. Harry is so filled with love, and this antagonist is the example of someone who has become so devoid of love that he is turned into someone who's almost unhuman. He is so absent of this love that he can't even bear to be around Harry, which is why they're these ultimate enemies. Dumbledore, who is the headmaster of Hogwarts, he tries to explain this phenomenon, and he says that Harry's mother's love is a force that Voldemort detests so much that he can't even bear to be around it. He can't even bear to come into contact with it, and this is in the Order of Phoenix, chapter 3. This shows you someone with a heart that is so saturated with love, who is Harry in the story, as opposed to someone's heart who is so devoid of love and what they can come into. And it's also a really good example of good and evil. And that's Potter, who is someone of a very upstanding moral character. He is rehearsed in self-sacrifice in many different difficult situations, and he is also so filled with love that he can be an inspiration to us all. We can all learn something from this retelling of his story, and we all have something to gain, whether it's kindness, bravery, or even love. A hero, as defined by the Oxford Dictionary, is someone admired for their courage, achievements, and noble activities. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce our very own hero, Mr. Harry Potter. Thank you.